Welcome back to OpenLine. Taking a break from all the tough stuff in the world, talking about movies. No better time to do that than right before the Academy Awards. The Academy Awards are Sunday night. So we have the film critic with us from the Nashville Scene, Jason Shawhan. And you said, when I asked who's going to win, you said you hope Shape of Water.
No, I think Shape of Water.
Oh, you think Shape of Water, but you're concerned about Three Billboards. So I want to talk about those two first, and we'll just kind of play the trailer for Shape of Water underneath while we talk. But I bet there are people that don't know about it. You know, kind of.
It's possible.
What's the buzz on this movie? Kind of what are the thoughts on this movie?
I mean, it's been winning awards left and right. Like those two, Shape of Water and Three Billboards, have been winning various and sundry awards left and right. Shape of Water, I like it. It's at heart, it's a weird fairy tale. It's kinky, it's strange, it's got great design to it, but it has that sort of mythic quality that, like, you know, great stories have. And Sally Hawkins, who's an amazing actress. Anybody who saw the Paddington films, she's great in those. Paddington 2 is the best script of 2018 so far. I kid you not.
Okay.
I kid you not. But
she can't speak, right?
She plays a mute character in this, yes, and it's great because it's a great performance, even though, you know, you don't have speech to rely on. And I asked a friend of mine who speaks ASL. I'm just like, did she do the work on this? Does she know? He's like, yes, she did the work. She learned sign language for this movie.
And then she's nominated too.
Yeah, and you've got Michael Stuhlbarg in a supporting role, and he's a treasure. And he's in this. He's in Call Me by Your Name. He's in The Post. He's in everything that is good in the world. He's just one of our best actors working. And it's an interesting film, and it's spoken to people, like people you wouldn't necessarily think would respond to a romance involving a fish beast from the Amazon.
Right. You see the preview for the first time, and you see. It looks like the Creature from the Black Lagoon type thing.
Oh, it's Creature from the Black Lagoon.
And you might think, I don't
goes
know
Hawaiian.
about that.
No, it's not. It's Creature from the Black Lagoon goes to the government, and it's a romance. But it's I mean, it's delightful. It's got moments to it. It's got romance. It's got violence. It's got intrigue. It's got social resonance. It's got everything that makes movies fun.
It's incredibly well done. I think that he'll win for director. I don't know if this will win for picture, but you think it's a front runner for sure.
It's been winning picture in a lot of disparate awards fields, which that's what you always look for. Whatever is covering the ground and speaking to folks.
So the other movie you mentioned, and this would be, I guess, the two that are winning some of the awards beforehand are that one, Shape of Water, and then Three Billboards.
Yes.
And we'll play some video here from Three Billboards, but kind of what's the buzz there? What are we looking at here with Three Billboards?
Three Billboards is a flawed but fascinating drama. Frances McDormand is great in it. Woody Harrelson is great in it. Sam Rockwell is terrible in it, and the fact that he's up for an Oscar for it is, he's a great actor normally, but every decade he delivers one really bad performance, and this is the one for this decade. And last decade it was the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy adaptation.
But didn't he win? He just won something.
Oh, he's won the Golden Globe.
Yeah, he won. Yeah,
but it's just But the thing is that the Golden Globe is typical of the audience for Martin McDonagh's stuff, because, you know, he's a foreign person who is writing about very deep American issues, but he doesn't really understand them completely. And that's the Hollywood foreign press. I mean, they're all journalists from all over the world, like, who write about film, but who are not. And I sound so xenophobic, which is strange, but it's not meant that way. It's just that, like, there are nuances in that film that I find offensive, but a lot of people don't, and a lot of people think it's great, and it's a like, and some people would compare it to Flannery O'Connor, and they're wrong. But I mean, I can see where you would reach for that into something like explosive that's trying to deal with, like, these issues. I don't know. It's interesting
you called it a flawed movie, because there are some just incredible. Frances McDormand, incredible, and Woody Harrelson, incredible.
Oh, Woody Harrelson is so good in this.
But then there are things that are like a cartoon, where she walks up and basically assaults these kids, and there's no whatever. I mean, that's just weird to me. It's like a cartoon.
Well, it has. There's a flashback scene in which the one time we see the daughter whom she has lost, that is the worst directorial choice I saw all last year. And I saw Transformers 5, and I saw Boo 2 and Medea Halloween. I mean, I'm not distant from the concept of bad directorial choices, but it's just, I was just like, I was like, why would you do that? And the thing is that McDonough's background is in playwriting, and if I was in a theater watching this as a play with this cast, I would have a lot fewer problems, just because in the immediacy of live theater you can accept a lot more than you can't necessarily in something that's going for a more representational feel, which is what film is usually.
Yet this very well may win.
Oh, it's very
well may
yeah.
win. It's a definite front runner.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, all right, if we can extrapolate out what it means, what Oscar voters are looking for.
Yeah.
Are they looking for a film that in some way speaks to that year, that
sometimes
has some sort of message or whatever? What does it say that might win, or Shape of Water? I mean, is this year one of those years where you think they're going to be looking for something?
I mean, everybody always wants to fit a narrative to something, but the thing is that like there are a lot of reasons why someone might vote for Three Billboards. Someone who is just like, I like stories with a strong central female character who drives things, who gets things done, and who gets at the heart of who she is as a person. And you could totally vote for Three Billboards for that. But the problem is that you could also vote for Three Billboards if you're just like, deep down at heart, I have racist tendencies. I don't want to let that out. But this is a film that says that like even the most like idiotic racist can redeem themselves and help things out and make things better. And that person could also vote for that. I mean, it's just like there's a lot of different reasons why people can vote for some films. So you got to find the biggest amount of commonalities that you can to win.
Mm-hmm. And then, all right, socially conscious, I guess,
mm-hmm.
socially groundbreaking, whatever. These talkers on kind of the social front, saying something important. Mm-hmm. Get Out has been a movie that's been brought up.
Get Out is awesome. It's so great. It still holds up too.
And so we'll play some video from Get Out, and maybe a lot of people have heard about it, but kind of what's mm-hmm. the situation with that movie?
Well, I mean, here's the one thing. This movie came out over a year ago. Like, it came out previous to now in February of last year, and people are still talking about it on a daily basis. It's unheard of. There's really nothing you can compare it to, because it's a genre film. It's a horror film that was made inexpensively with a committed and really good cast that not only brought in like horror fans and people who are interested in African American cinema, but everybody came to see Get Out. Everybody did. People who haven't gone to see an R-rated movie since MASH came to see Get Out, and it was like a major cultural discussion. And it's great because it's not only that it deals with like issues that most of the time we cover up as a society, and it's not just that it provides sort of a catharsis that lets a really interesting discussion happen once you get past the screaming and the laughing and the crying and the what have you. But it's just a really exciting, down and dirty, scary script. I mean, it's like it takes like the ideas behind some of like the best episodes of The Twilight Zone, and that's why writer-director Jordan Peele, the fact that his next big project is doing a revival of The Twilight Zone for CBS's streaming service. I can't wait for that. I mean, just like think of all of the folks that he's worked with that we can have a Get Out every week because of that. I mean, mm-hmm. I'm excited for that, and it's
interesting you call it a horror movie.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it was kind of advertised that way. I went mm-hmm. there and I didn't get that feel. I laughed a lot, and there's some real comedy in there.
Stuff, yeah.
There is some scary stuff in there. But mm-hmm. you think horror movie is the right thing to say?
Absolutely, absolutely. I mean, like horror films and musicals are the only genres where you can do absolutely anything, as long as you deliver a certain like bare like template to folks. And the thing about horror films is that like. It's also the only field where you can make a movie for incredibly cheap, but as long as you've got a great idea or a great monster or something that sells it, and people will go see it. Like the Blair Witch Project was a good example mm-hmm. of that. I mean, that movie was at $750,000 and it made $300 million. Not because it was like super state-of-the-art effects, but because there was something about it that like inspired people. Like fear can make people hunker down and accept anything, or it can inspire their imagination and make them respond, and that's why horror is awesome.
Yeah, watching that trailer, I guess with this, there's some creepy stuff in there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So okay, it is.
Yeah.
Can that win? Is Get Out?
I think so. I think it's. I'm not going to go and say likely, just because I mean that it hasn't won Best Picture for any of the major awards things so far, but it's won almost every critics guild, like the guild that I'm part of, the Southeastern Film Critics Association. Like, it won it handily. The Nashville Scene Film Poll, which I coordinate and stuff, it won it handily. Like, it wasn't even close. Like, the next film after that, there was something like 60-something points in between them. It was ridiculous.
Okay,
but it's a remarkable achievement.
We're going to take a break, and then I want to come back. I want to talk about Lady Bird, another of those movies you said was kind of came out of. Was a surprise.
Yeah.
And now here it is nominated. The Post and Dunkirk. I want to talk about those movies. All right, we'll take a break. If you want to call in, there's a number 615-737+, 615-737-7587. Take a break. We'll be back right after this.